Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com. And I'm so pleased to be here with you tonight after a week of not being with you last week. And it was my first day of my crafting retreat. I am doing 3 this year. I've done between 2 and 4 each year for, I guess, about 10 years. And I have oftentimes done a Facebook Live, on my regular time on Thursday and shown you guys the crafting space and just done a little tour and maybe some stamping with you. And I just could not, we were in a different ballroom. There had been some snafus with setup and I just could not get myself together enough to be able to get my camera set up with me and all of that, or even just to kind of turn the camera around and go live. So I didn't feel like I could do you justice, so I just decided, okay, we're going to give it a miss, and then I'll be back with you this week. So welcome. Hello, Kim. I'm so glad you're here. And Corinne, thank you for sharing my video. I appreciate that so much. I think I need to turn off one of these lights. Let's see. I think if I turn that one on and nope, it's still going to glare. Okay, I've got a little spot right there. Let's see. If I come down here, nope, it's still there. Okay, well, okay, I've got a little dot on my glass mat, so I think it will be okay. Hi, Cynthia. I'm glad you're here with me. So we are going to talk celebration. I got a lot of things to show you tonight. I'm going to do a little bit of crafting with you. So Kim, I'm glad you are catching up with my week-long videos. I did a whole week of videos showcasing celebration products. Well, actually, I think I was showcasing mini catalog products, and tonight I'm going to show you some of everything. So what I'm going to share with you first, I'm going to do a little bit of show and tell with you. Hello, Diane. Welcome. I'm do a little bit of show and tell with you. So I'm getting ready to release, it will probably be in the morning. I had kids and grandkids today. So I've got this set up, but I don't have it totally complete. I got my photos, my PDFs, but I am doing a spring stamp camp. So I'm using the not He Is Risen. They are the Easter Lilies bundle and having a lot of fun with it. So let me just show you a little bit of a sneak peek of that. So if you add the bundle on with my stamp camp, you do get it at catalog price. It's only $52 and it is lovely. So you have all these photopolymer stamps. You have dies that will cut out the stamped lily and the stamped stem and the stamped buds. You also have these really fun dies, and this also the kind of partially open lily. You have these really fun dies to make 3D lilies. So I'm going to show you what those look like. So with my stamp camp, you're going to get some goodies and things, and so a stamp camp is different from a class. So let me just kind of give you a little lowdown on the way my terminology for the way I run events. And this is all done by mail. So with a stamp camp, you're going to get a fair bit of product. So you're going to get a package of this lighter than air designer series paper, the pastel adhesive backed sequins. Now these are actually there's 2 sizes in there, and you're going to get a roll of this herringbone ribbon, and then you're going to get all that you need to create these projects. So, and there's more projects in a stamp camp. So let me just show you what I mean. So I have a treat here, and this is a no stamping project. You get everything cut ready for you, punched, ready to go. I have 2 note cards, and these here's the little envelopes with them. So this is what I mean about these 3D lilies. Now when I do my classes, I do all of the die cutting for you. Now, if you have to stamp and die cut, I still give you the pieces here, but you have to do your own stamping. That's per, Stampin' Up! Policy. So, there's some really nice greetings in this. So what I like about this is this goes for Easter and beyond. So he is risen is obviously very Eastery, but peace I give unto you. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. God is good. Those can be used all year. Hi, Crystal. So these are great for sending faith kind of cards, comfort kind of cards. And the lily, you know, the Easter lily is typically white, but lilies are, you know, you can send lilies all year. And of course, the palm branch, we think about Palm Sunday. But again, that can go beyond it. So here are the 2 note cards that are part of this class. And then I've got, so this card here, you're going to stamp and die cut. And I'm using this doily, which I really like, this doily hybrid embossing folder, which is where I got this little label too. Hello, Marlene. This, I went way outside my comfort zone and with a lot of really bright colors. But I think it works. This one is super, super simple, just capitalizing on the paper. And then this is another Easter card. So I have a full size Easter card and then a note card Easter card. And this is just kind of a little, you know, nod to the stole that is, you know, the grave clothes that were left behind. And of course, I always give you the 4, I give you the envelopes for each one. Now, this again is that doily embossing folder, and I've run it through with the rose gold paper, and I think it's really exquisite. So these are the 4 cards, full cards, and the 2 note cards. And here is the treat, and then, but wait, there's more. So this is what happens in a stamp camp. We do extra projects. And then I have this little home decor piece, and I really love this. For one thing, you can mail it really easy. So this is the way it runs, and this can just be hung. I've got a little hanger up here. And, you know, you do a little bit of stamping here and here. Everything else is die cut. So this is from the Paper Florist dies. I think they go really nicely with the Easter lily dies. Now I did stamp on this. So this is a really cool project that you can actually, you know, store really easily. And I also think that this is not, it is Eastery, but it goes, again, it goes beyond. It's in spring colors. I mean, I will leave this up on my wall for probably about 6 weeks, well beyond Easter. And they're just soft, pretty colors. And because it just folds up like this, really easy to store and also really easy to mail. So this is my spring stamp camp, and I will be releasing that tomorrow. Now, with this, you'll get all your PDF tutorials. All of this is mail only. I think, I'm trying to remember if I have a porch pickup option. I can't remember. Now, there is the option of doing an add-on class. So let me show you the add-on class. And that's what I'm still configuring in my event spot. So the add-on class I'm actually using, and this is the way, this is left over from my paper shares because I did project kits, but this is the way I label mine. You get a label on your bag that has all your projects, your project packets in there. So I label it, it has a QR code. I also email you the link. So if you want easy access on your phone, you can just do that. If you want to use the link and download and print, you can do that with your tutorials. But I just like it where you have, like if you put this away and you don't get it out for 2 months, this happens, then you don't have to search through your emails. It's right there. Let's see if I can find, yes, here. So here is a beautiful standalone stamp set in the mini catalog, and this has everything I love about stamps. I love the artwork on this. Really beautiful, really nice nature images. So for this class, we are going elegant. Now, I ran this class as an add-on class at my weekend retreat this last weekend. So we've got, and so we're using the Nature's Sweetness Designer Series paper. And you would definitely need the stamp set for this. Now, I'm giving you all of these die cuts, but you would definitely need the stamp set for this. I mean, you could substitute out another stamp set that you might have, but this is very much designed for this stamp set. Now, this one, we did a little bit of stamping over here, and then this is one of those va-va-voom. We brought the same stamp inside here, but here we're coloring that gorgeous, gorgeous Designer Series paper. and that is Nature's Sweetness. So that is an add-on class that's part of the spring stamp camp because, you know, to me, this is very nature-y. They're kind of year-round, but it's kind of spring nature, you know, all of that good stuff. So that's coming down the pike tomorrow. I also want to give you a little bit of a sneak peek of something that the projects we just did at my weekend retreat. In the past, I've done a retreat in a box, and I decided this time I just couldn't. It's really hard for me to come home from retreat and then turn around and put something in the mail with the same projects. It's just a lot. I take a lot of stuff with me to retreat. And so unpacking it, cleaning all the blocks, it's just a lot to then turn around and try to do this. So I did not think I could efficiently get it out the door. So, and I knew that my spring stamp camp needed to get out the door this month. It'll be late this month, but this is going out the door this month because Easter is next month. It's late next month. So this needs to get out the door. But I do want to do a craft until the cows come home stamp camp as well. So that's going to come in March. And I just wanted to give you a sneak peek. Yeah, here we go. So this is the bundle that I featured at my retreat. And we kind of went whole hog with the theme and had so much fun with it. So this is what we're going to cue off of. I'm going to change it up just a tiny bit for my stamp camp. So let me just show you quickly. We did, this is actually a little gift card holder. This is a little mini card. These cards, now you can probably, I don't know if you can spot that I used the Rock and Roll Designer Series paper. Who would have thought? And this is actually a fun fold. And I do all this die cutting for you. So this is what the make and take packet looked like for my retreat guests, because we used the Memories and More cards in envelopes, the white ones. And then this is the pack you get, and they're all in order so that these are all labeled 1 through 5. We did some 3D items, and that's what I'm going to change just a little bit because it's going to be better for mailing. Hi, Elaine, welcome. And Crystal, I'm glad you like the QR code. Yeah, I think that it's been really, I've had a lot of positive feedback from people so that when you get a kit in the mail, you have that and you can go back to it. So this was part of the pillow gifts, and these were made by my dear friend and studio helper, Pat Works, and this was bringing through the theme of, crafting until the cows come home. So this will be part of the March stamp camp. So you will get part of the gifties. This is a really fun pick tool. So this is, you take this off, and then that is for picking out all the little details on your die cuts. And then this super cute ink pen with the cows. And then we also have, this was our name tag. So I put your name here, and then you can just set it on your desk. So this is all coming down the pike. The 3D, there's a couple of 3D projects. Like I said, I'm tweaking them a little bit for mailing. And I'm still kind of working on the pricing structure and everything. Like I said, in the past, I've come home from retreat and done this as a retreat in a box. So I'm using much the same with regard to the projects. But retreat in a box is a pretty expensive thing because you get a lot of product. And so I'm kind of reducing the product a little bit so that you have a smaller price tag. And I think it's going to make it more affordable and more accessible to more people because these cows are stinking cute. And there's just so much fun you can have with this. Okay, I think that's all my show and tell. I've got one more quick thing to show you. So I wanted to key in on Celebration tonight. I do have, this is my February host code. So we do have our Celebration brochure. Everything is holding, which is really good. Nothing has sold out. There have been some things that sold out briefly, but then they were back. And so everything in here is still available. My top favorites in here are definitely the papers. I think the papers are to die for. I do really like this stamp set. And yeah, okay, so I'm also working on a class with that. Love, love, love the animals. And this is super cute. I just have not had much time to work with it. And this is really lovely as well. But I think my top picks are definitely the papers. Now, what Stampin' Up! Typically does is when we get into February, because sometimes in January, if you've done a lot of shopping and you've already gotten a lot of these things, you're like, okay, now what? So Stampin' Up! Gives us more options. Now, the more options this time, and they've done this in the past, are actually items that are either in our online exclusives or our spring catalog or our annual catalog. So I just wanted to point out a couple of things that I think are probably my top picks in this. This Delightfully Eclectic designer paper is a $30 purchase in the annual catalog. Getting it for free with a $50 purchase is an incredible value. And it's called Delightfully Eclectic because these patterns kind of run the gamut. You know, most of the time our designer papers are in, well, like I've got this sitting over here because I've been working with it. Let me just show you. Oh, okay, here we go. So this is the paper you're going to get with that add-on class. So like this Nature Sweetness, you see how all of them work together. They have a similar color palette. They all blend. Well, this Delightfully Eclectic, they run the gamut. There's black and whites, there's soft pinks, there's coral, there's strawberries, there's pretzels, there's everything. This is a really, really good value. The other one, I think, love this memory notebook kit. Is a kit from the Kits collection. And what I think is really cool, this is actually like a little, like a mini scrapbook. And I actually gave one of these to each of my 3 older grandchildren at Christmas, printed about 30 photos each for them, and they're making their own little scrapbook. This is like a half-page size, a little bit narrower than that. So this is a really good value. I want to say it's a $25 kit. Might even be a little bit, I think it's $25. And I think these markers are, honestly, I think they're probably $30 too. So those are the highest value, but I think all of these are really good choices. Okay, so one more show and tell, and I'm going to do a little tiny bit of stamping with you. Actually, well, almost a no stamping project. So I'm actually going to use Sending Smiles, but I'm going to use it with, do I have that paper here? I'm going to use it with the Celebration paper that is the love one. So I think that this paper is, again, this is one of my top picks because specialty papers are typically $16.50. So to get this for free is really nice. Now this I ran through the embossing folder, but this paper, this one here, this marble one here, this one here, these are such fun papers, and they do have a heart theme. But you know, love is appropriate at any time of year. It's not just for Valentine's Day. It is celebrating you. It is with all my heart. It is I adore you. It is I adore you. You know, it doesn't have to be Valentine's by a long shot. So I think this paper is really, really worth having. And so I'm going to do just a really sweet little simple card with you. And this is 2 of the patterns. I could use the gold side, but I'm going to use this side because I had run this before. I pulled it out of an old project kit, and this is the rose gold paper, which is one of my favorites. And you see how this is a really cool stamp set in the annual catalog. Now this is the stamps without using any of the dies. And I'm going to point out to you, now I put on here, it was a $49.50 bundle, but I have a feeling this was released in the annual catalog last year and it carried over. So I think typically what happens is when it is released, the first publication it's in, you can get a bundle price. And what that means is you save 10%. When it comes out, if it carries over to another catalog, sometimes for a couple of years, then you have to buy the stamps and dies separately. So, but these dies, you get a couple of label dies, which are really good. Some of these that will cut out, you know, your flowers and your stems and leaves. But this is really fun because you have the background here and then you have the foreground. Now, this one, like I said, this was from an old project kit, and I was kind of rummaging through for something quick that I could share with you guys tonight. Hello, hello, Jeanette, and I'm glad you're here, Gina and Kathy. So I actually had this was from a Saturday card class, like, I don't know, sometime last year, probably early last year, because the designer paper was definitely, that I found, was definitely from last year's annual catalog. So when I ran this through, I put adhesive sheet on the back. Anytime I have something really thin like this, and it's a die, man, I want to use an adhesive sheet. I do not want to have to put thin glue on here. I don't care how great an applicator it is. I just don't want to have to deal with the glue. It's going to get somewhere. And so the adhesive sheet is dry, and it makes your die cuts, or you can use it for your punches as well. It makes them like a sticker. So now I just have to come over here, pull the backing, and that, my friends, is why I love the adhesive sheets. And I think they're like $10, and they give you, I can't remember, a bunch of 6x, I think they're 6x12 or 6x8 or 10 sheets. They last you a long time. Now this, I am now going to apply like so. And you can see why I'm calling this a no stamping card. There is one little aspect of this that I am going to stamp, because I'm going to say sending. Well, what am I sending? You're going to have to wait and see. Oh, and I see there's a little dot there that should have been there. I wonder if it's still here. It may just, I may have to put I think I'm going to probably put a rhinestone there. That little piece ran away from me. So there's my sending. And I just think that's so nice and bold. And then you can say sending whatever. I want to do sending love and big hugs, because one of the things I wanted to, I guess, impress upon you, remind you, hey, Linda, I'm glad you're here, is that we can send love all year. Happy Valentine's Day is a holiday, but sending love is something we can do all year. And I think sending love and hugs kind of covers a lot of ground. Sending love and hugs could be for just about anything. Now, this is a pretty bright and cheery card. Actually looks pretty good like that. I was going to put this underneath. You guys can tell me, do I add the white underneath, or do I leave it pink on pink? So here's my white layer. You know, the best things happen when you're just kind of messing around with your papers and you lay them out a little bit differently. So do we like that white layer? What do we think? Could bring that up a little bit. Do we like the white? Lightens it up. I think I probably need to use the white. Okay, love and big hugs. Let me grab a little piece of white, and I think I'm going to grab a piece of red, my red ink pad. So let me grab this. And that gives you guys time to kind of weigh in on whether you think, should I use the white layer, or should I leave the white layer out and go direct on the pink, where it's just the pink and red? So you guys tell me your opinion. I'm giving you a chance to help me design here, which I love doing. Husband and I have been talking about travel. We have the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip is coming up the last weekend in April, heading into the first week in May. And Sarah Douglas did a Facebook Live. I think it might have been a couple days ago. I just came across it. And she's talking about the resort. She and her husband went there for something else, and she wanted to give us her opinions on it. So I'm like, okay, I definitely want to hear that. So we're going to sit down and listen. I think it's about a 45-minute Facebook Live that was recorded. And we are also working really hard on some tickets to go see our son. Our younger son moved to Hong Kong at the end of November, and he really wants us to come across. I think we're going to go and spend Thanksgiving with him. So we're looking at flights. I mean, it's an expensive trip. You're going halfway across the world. But I think that we're going to be able to make it happen. We've been looking, crunching numbers, crunching tickets. Yeah, okay, we're going to do that white layer. Okay. A couple of people have weighed in, which I appreciate. And I don't even think that I'm going to add any, I could add a little bit of ribbon. I don't know that I need it. We'll talk about it. Let's see. Now, love and big hugs. Let's do this like so. And we're just going to do red and keep the theme going. And again, red and pink. It doesn't have to just be for Valentine's Day. It can be for any time. This is one of the paper pumpkin blocks. It was handy. So that's what I'm using. Love and big hugs. I do like that. And I like the amount of white around it because there's a lot of color going on here. So now what I could do, let's see. Oh, you know what? This is the ribbon I was working with for my other class. I could put a little bit of that underneath and bring this down here. I think, a lot of times I feel like, when you add a little bit of ribbon, it just softens your card. The way I think about it and the way it makes sense to me is that cardstock is actually made from wood. It's paper, and your designer paper as well. And so when you have all of that wood, it can get a little bit hard. And so I like to add fabric is usually soft. It's made of cotton or silk or a polyester version of those. So to me, when you add that little bit of fabric, it just softens everything. Okay, I think I'm digging it. I like it. So this is a super simple card. I mean, this is a 5 1/4 by 4 layer of white. My pink plaid is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. This is 3 3/4 by 1 1/4. And I think it just works. Now I am going to put this up on I have these mini dimensionals. So how about you guys, if you get, very many of the paper pumpkin kits and the kits collection kits, you're going to have a lot of these little guys left over. And sometimes they're the full ones, sometimes they're the little ones. Hey, Lena, I'm so glad you are here. So Lena was part of our helping crew at retreat, and we had such a good time. Oh my gosh. It was really a stellar weekend, and I'm so pleased with the way things went. Now, the way I like to do this, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to lay down 2 little lines of that seal. I always use a dry adhesive when I'm using fabric. And ribbon is essentially, strips of fabric. Now, I could probably go a little bit more here because I want it to really hold. So that is going to go like so, and then I'm going to press it in, and then this is going to go right across there. Actually, this would be, because of all the pink, that would be kind of a cool card to send to somebody with, that's fighting breast cancer. Pink tends to be the color that we associate with breast cancer. But honestly, this is really bright and cheery. I'm digging the way this is coming out. And I do think I could lay this flat right on top, but I think I'm going to pop it up. I'm going to grab some more of these mini dimensionals. This is one of those cards where, okay, I'm trying to get dinner on the table for the hubs. I'm like, okay, I've had no time to get up here and plan Facebook Live other than that I had some show and tell. But I typically like to stamp with you as well, do some kind of a project with you. And the kids and grandkids were here longer than I expected them today. And so I just did not have the time to get up here and still get dinner on the table. So I pulled a past project kit, and it had this sending, and the backing for it was Mary Merlot, which has retired. So I thought, well, I wanted to highlight Celebration. Let's use the Celebration paper, change this from Mary Merlot to Real Red. And I changed out the designer paper so I would have something from Celebration. And voila, a card is born. Now the one other thing, I do want to put something in that little eye. Yeah, I'm liking this. Let me put a little something there. I think I need a little rhinestone or maybe a little pearl. Let's see what we can find. These are lying on my table. Oh, now these just might work. That little tiny pink one. Let's see if that is that's a viable. Yeah, kind of gets lost in the shuffle. I think I just need a rhinestone. Or I could do like a pop of yellow. Now that wouldn't get lost in the shuffle. Yeah, it still doesn't look very yellow. Wow, now what about the blue? Let's see. If I were going to do that, I would want to put some of the, oh, yeah, let's just do that. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do a little bit of Pool Party. There's our eye. And then let's do another one. A little more embellishment than I planned, but I think it's working. Let's use a large one. Well, now let's see. Let's see how this looks. We're just going to keep trying them all. Yeah, I think I need that little pop of color. I need that contrast there. So let's go with one of these up here, and boom, we are done. I'd be very happy to send that to anybody. Sending love and hugs, somebody going through a rough time, somebody that I just want to share, my love and appreciation for. I think that works. Super quick, easy, simple, little tiny bit of stamping, and that is the beauty of this fabulously versatile, useful stamps and dies, because they're, as far as I know, they're no longer available as a bundle. So lots of things coming down the pike for you. Don't forget to place a celebration order. Hey, Catherine, I'm glad you're here from Jacksboro, Tennessee, and that you like my card. Don't forget you can get this for free with a $50 order. And that is through the end of the month only. So, this is the time. Oh, we haven't had anything sell out yet, but this is the time when things kind of start running out. And if anything runs out at this point, they're not going to restock it. The paper, they won't have time to. They might on a stamp set. But a lot of times there's not enough time to turn it around. So, we're through the first week of February. This is actually my son's birthday, my older son. And we were messaging with him yesterday, and he's the one who's living in Hong Kong. And he was getting on a flight to go to mainland China, and they gave him a birthday card. The airline did. And I said, oh, that's cool, because obviously they would have seen his flight information, his passport, and all of that. And I realized, oh, it's the 7th here. No, you're already in tomorrow. You're already in your birthday. I guess we need to be telling you happy birthday, because it's already there for you. So that's very sweet. Thank you, Corinne. Marlene, I'm glad you like my card. Yeah, this is kind of stamping on the fly, and it just worked. But I think this paper, I think you really can't go wrong with this paper. There's so many cool things you can do. And so 2 different patterns. Of course, you can go, what's really nice is you can also go with the golden glitzy patterns. And this one here is flowers. It has a little hearts, but flowers. So lots of versatility there. That is it for today, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your support ever so much. And I'm going to download this to YouTube. If you have not, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube. And if you are here, please like my page. And Lena, I will let Timothy know you are sending him happy birthday wishes as well. I've got these on my desk that I wanted to show you as well. This is the Flight and Airy is another paper that is just free and to die for. Again, this is fussy cut So just a tiny bit of stamping, super cute fun fold. This is from my upline. This is from one of my team members, and she did a great job of using that, that quilt die. I can't think of the name of it. So lots of fun papers. You can get them for free with a $50 order. Don't forget to use my host code so I can send you something else for free. And that includes some free tutorials. So thanks again. Take care and God bless.